Hi, it's Angie. Welcome to my channel. So, the lyrics to last night I had the strangest dream. Sailed away to China. Sailed away in a little boat to China. You had to get your laundry clean. This is a repeat lyric on top of the lyric where I filmed those geese. And the lyric to there in that park was nothing compares to you. So I'm talking a little bit, I'm still talking about Dr. Spencer and Monique Tempe. Now, I did have I had a dream last night. I always pay attention to my dreams. This one was, could have been because I was watching a hairstylist out of Dubai. And now, this particular dream that I had, Lady Diana was in it, and she was kind of crouched down. Now, if anybody know, well, Lady Diana would never be thought of in that way. Now, hear me out here, because I think this Spencer and Monique Tempe case, I think there's still going to be a couple of twists in it, because we know Dr. Michael McKee was arrested. I think his arraignment is tomorrow, but I'm just going to throw out a few things. First thing, let me just clear the air. Not that Vinnie Politan would be listening, but some of these people are extraordinarily judgmental when it comes to second and third marriages, because he threw out a kind of a judgmental comment that Dr. McKee is a loser because he was on his second marriage. Well, I'll have you know, I'm my husband's third wife. Now, it's very interesting to me, and leave the comments if somebody agrees with this. I find it very interesting that Monique, her first husband at 29 years old, she reached a status of Dr. and Mrs. Dr. Michael McKee and Mrs. McKee at 29 years old. I think she was 29 years old. Now, that marriage didn't last too long. And then however many years later, 8 years later, ends up marrying a dentist. I find that a little bit interesting. That kind of raises a little bit of flag for me, because there's something that I understand, and I understood this a long while ago, is that when a woman reaches a certain status in her mind, she's not going to go out with anybody that is, in her mind, keep this in mind, this is in her mind, that is beneath her, okay? So it just feels to me, was Monique Tempe looking specifically for somebody of the upper echelons. Keep in mind, Spirit sees everybody the same way. But was she looking for somebody that was of status? Because I find that raises a little bit of a flag for me. That's number one dream. Now, the second dream, because we know Lady Diana, Dodi, Fayed, whatever. But Lady Diana, I think she went out with a doctor too. Was he out of Dubai? But that was actually dream number two. Dream number one was, doesn't matter, I'm getting them mixed up. I was at a big party, and there was a lot of people at this party. It was like a social event, and a lot of people were leaving and returning home. But there was one straggler around, and that was crying that somebody was leaving. Now, I'm just going to talk a little bit about this, because I think the biggest question that, if whoever is paying attention to this case, Dr. Tempe and Monique, Spencer and Monique's murder, is how come, I've got a lot of questions, but how come there is no forced entry? This is her ex-husband. Michael is Monique's ex-husband, but it is his ex-wife, because he got married after her. Okay, so I said yesterday, maybe somebody isn't seeing the trees through the bushes. We know that it was him, but how come there's no forced entry here. And the wound, I think the wound entry with Monique is going to be subject to lots of things here. I just don't think this case is over. I think really there's more questions coming out here, because is this, we're not talking like an ex, like from a couple of years ago or a couple of months ago. There was a significant time between like the end of their marriage, and they had 2 children, Monique and Spencer. There's something that doesn't sit right with me here, because I'm talking about it. And I'm just going to tell you something. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice here. Stop, according to that hairstylist out of Dubai, stop dyeing your hair. Because within 3 weeks, I don't dye my hair, but if you continue to dye your hair, you're going to have a hard problem as your gray grows in. So I'm au naturel. Now, was something here, something with the figment of his imagination? Was it this doctor that couldn't let go of Monique? Was Monique and this doctor still in touch? Because that's an unnatural obsession. I have to say that. Anyways, I'm going to see what my cards say today. Something with paranoia. Was somebody paranoid here? Okay, that could have been the dental hygienist, or I said hygienist. Well, I think there's more to this story. I just don't think it's wrapped up, because I'm talking about status here, statistician. Okay, because like that's just kind of like, we are allowed to speak about our opinions. I'm just throwing it out there, and I don't know. Oh, we have carbon monoxide here. We have carbon monoxide, which is Candy Owen's card, but I don't feel like this is Candy Owen's card. There's poison gas. Poisonous, that's the poison. Well, her too. Her too, she's sanctimonious. Okay? She sees people beneath her. If you're gay, you're beneath her. If you've had a troubled marriage, maybe her marriage is on the rocks here. But she has she's of the upper echelons in people's minds here. I'm not sure why that card came up, but she basically, I'm not a fan of hers. So she's going after, for many reasons. She's going after Bridget Macron. She's a sanctimonious type. That card, sanctimonious, don't get me wrong, because there's a lot of nice people that do follow religion, but Candy Owens looks down on people. She would look down on me. I had a child out of wedlock. I married a husband that had 2 wives. She would look down on me. And I don't have any problem with gay people. So last night, oh, okay, so this is the liar, cheater, jealous card. Somebody felt threatened or was jealous. There's a lot of jealousy around this Tempe marriage. And you know what? It's competitive. Some of these, I'm just going to have to say it, because I hung around with some highly intellectual people. I was working with the lawyer's office and lawyers since I was 20 years old. And it never went to my head, but it does go to some people's heads. And sometimes this does happen, is people judge you, like Vinnie Politan judged me in essence, or my husband, but they judge you if you're either a little bit, if you have status. So it works, it's kind of like the double-edged sword here. They judge you if they think in your mind that you're like a showboat, but you're not. There could have been some underlying jealousy. Maybe that was Dr. McKee here. McKee? Maybe he was jealous of her. So there's something up here, because I just don't understand how there's no keyless entry here. And that's podcasts. I'm doing this as well. I'm putting this out there. This is the rumor mill. This is a crime community. I'm as well. I always ask for forgiveness. I do. I did pray for both of them last night, because no matter what, nobody deserves that. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. Okay, so I know what it felt like being labeled something that you're not. Somebody made a comment about my Elvis Presley photo. That's not a sign. I mean, it's from a calendar that I got because I am a fan of Elvis Presley. Now this is really interesting, because this is my dentist card. So we are talking about Spencer and Tepe, but I removed myself. But this underneath here, you can't see it, but this is Bo, because I met a wonderful, wonderful young girl that cleaned my teeth at a former dentist office, and somebody here was definitely the salt of the earth. And I think it's probably too soon to judge, including myself, but we're talking about the way humans are on this planet, but it might be a little bit too soon to judge these dentists and the doctor. A little bit maybe too soon. Okay, so I'm taking one here. So thanks again for being here. Last night I had the strangest dream. I do get a lot of lyrics, so you'll hear me chime them out, because I'm dealing with the almighty intelligence, and Spirit knows everything that happened. And I am a fan of Elvis Presley. Elvis liked the dentist as well. So doctors and dentists and lawyers. Was Monique a social butterfly? Was she interested? Because she said in those vows that she went through, was it Bumble or something like that, that she swiped or whatever they do, and it feels like she was determined to meet somebody. I don't know. Well, that's her business, but I don't know. Okay. We're dealing with floss the teeth you want to keep. And I think there's just going to be a lot more coming out on this case. Last night I had the strangest dream. You know, because they said from the hours of 2 until 5. Was he in that house? Stalking that house? Did he have them marooned in a room or something? Because they know it's the keyless entry. It's the keyless entry that is the problem here, because I don't know how he got in. Did he remember a code? I can't believe that would happen, because there's significant distance here, you know. So we'll see what. Yeah, this is the. Was he stalking her Facebook? Was she stalking? I said her. Was I don't know. There's something here with stalking. A creeper. You know, I'm not blaming her whatsoever, because a lot of people creep. A lot of people creep. I remember one time that there's a card in my deck here. Her name is Jealous. And this is when I decided, because I was never on Facebook, but this particular person had the audacity to post stuff of me when I was in high school, and I found out about it. This is way back when Facebook first came out. And she actually does work for a dentist. But I said to her, I said, you don't have the right to post photos of me on your Facebook when I'm not on Facebook myself. So something with that's the Facebook. So social media stalkers. I had them attack me on my channel. So it is about... you know, I was listening to somebody, and I'm glad I'm not the only one that comes up with these bizarre theories, because I don't judge anybody anymore. But somebody had thought that maybe that Dr. McKee McKee had an accomplice. I don't buy that, but who knows, right? At this point, we're still talking about the Spencer and Monique Tempe case. Here we go. There's competition here. Somebody was competitive. Somebody definitely felt threatened. She said, someone, I don't know, some people have some inside information. They said that she felt threatened by him. You know, maybe that doorbell ring that happened a couple of doors, 2 doors down, or however many door downs. Was this a DoorDash? Wouldn't that be interesting? But maybe, well, it was in essence a DoorDash, because I don't know how he got in and how he got out. But there's going to be lots of twists and turns in this case. It feels like that already. So like I said, we're not judging people. I ask for forgiveness all the time. And there's somebody lying here. That's the liar. That's the liar. This is that work card. This is the at work card too. Somebody's lying here. Well, of course people are going to be lying. Somebody's definitely lying here, possibly about a relationship. That's the rocky card. Keep it simple, stupid. Was somebody's marriage on the rocks? She dumped that doctor right out of the gate within 7 months. Last night I had, there's a feather in your cap. Okay, so I'm taking one from the Guardian Angel deck. So we'll see. Is he going to plead guilty tomorrow? He's going to be arraigned tomorrow. I'm interested in this case. So yeah, I grew my own pair. I recognized later on the jealousy and that you're in a competition without people knowing it. But this is, yeah, the snow melts. This is sometimes this is a double-edged sword. Sometimes, even when you move to a new community, if you start talking about your personal life, they're judging you already. It can go both ways, but we'll see what comes out here, because that jealousy card has come out, or that competitive card. Maybe she wasn't competitive, Monique. Maybe she just, there are no coincidences. I myself, though, find it odd. Not odd, but curious. Curiosity killed the cat and satisfaction brought it back. A little bit curious that she married a doctor, then she married a dentist. These are just my opinions. Last night I had the strangest dream. I sailed away to China. You said you had to get your laundry clean. Okay, so was it 3 strikes you're out? I don't know. You know, this is the Predator card. I myself had, I was under intense scrutiny. I had to take my channel down. It was, this is realize. Okay. So that may be the title of this video, because I did write a little children's book, and it's called, this is called Realize. Somebody definitely, well, somebody was stalking. This is about stalking her. I don't know. I don't want to create any social media. That's why I stayed off of Facebook. Okay. Last night, I attracted some unhealthy people just out here on social media. I thought one of my sayings was, I thought every fan of Elvis Presley was a fan of mine. It doesn't work like that. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those peepers? We're dealing with the Sir Rudy card here. That's competition at the workplace. Something here with competition at the workplace. We don't know enough yet about, this is the Ripley's, believe it or not. There's going to be a Ripley's Believe It or Not, because that is the Sir Rudy card here. Something here with competition. Was this doctor extraordinarily jealous and competitive in his mind with Monique's life? We'll see. I guess stay tuned, eh? So that is the copious notes card. That is the copious notes card. Was somebody keeping copious notes? The lawyer's going to have to. Was somebody possibly was stalking this family? Is it over? Is it over? I just don't think, I think there's going to be another twist to this. It was a twist for me because I never thought about Monique's ex-husband. I didn't. And it's his ex-wife. Okay, so have a wonderful day. It's my wonderful life here. It's a day in the life of me. And I do get a lot of lyrics. I pay attention to the dreams. Somebody felt like lady was beneath them or something like that. Or it could have been the Taj Mahal. You know, this is somebody in spirit here. It's name calling. That's my 10 to 2. You know, did they narrow it down? You know, I keep having to say these are relationships that start very fast. Fast relationships. Fast cars look better in the shade. So I don't know if there's any messages out there. I'm going to wrap up this video now because I'm just going to keep chiming stuff. But that's the dish. That is the dish palm olive card. Something here that, that's the palm olive card. That's the money. Last night I had this strangest dream. So anyways, I'm going to stop rambling on here. So have a wonderful day wherever you are. It's a beautiful day for us. Stay tuned, I guess, because we'll see what else comes out on the Tempe case. There's lots of competition here. It happens. It's unfortunate. Was this a series of unfortunate events? Because I don't think, you know, something's still, we're dealing with the shock and awe. So when you stop dancing with the devil, you won't wonder why you're in hell, and you have a right to live the life you live. And I live a life of liberty. When you walk away, you keep away. Take care. It's all done. Enjoy.